Imagine waking up tomorrow only to discover that everyone you've ever known is gone. Your family, your friends, your entire generation. They're erased by time. The streets look familiar, yet everything feels different. The buildings reach higher into the sky, the air is quieter, and technology has replaced almost everything humans once did by hand. It sounds like science fiction, but according to modern physics, this future may not be impossible at all. Time is far stranger than most people realise. It is not a constant force ticking at the same speed for everyone. It can slow down, stretch, and even bend under the right conditions. More than 100 years ago, Albert Einstein completely changed our understanding of reality. His theory of relativity revealed something extraordinary. Time and space are connected, forming the fabric of the universe itself. The faster you travel, the slower time moves for you compared to everyone else. This isn't a theory that exists only on paper. Scientists have tested it using incredibly precise atomic clocks. One clock remained on Earth while another travelled aboard high-speed aircraft. When they compared the clocks, they no longer matched. The moving clock had experienced slightly less time. The difference was tiny, but it proved something incredible. Time itself had slowed down. Even astronauts living aboard the International Space Station age just a little slower than people on Earth because they move at tremendous speeds around our planet. Imagine taking this idea to its absolute limit. Imagine a spacecraft capable of travelling at nearly the speed of light. For the people inside, only a few years might pass, while decades or even centuries pass on Earth. They would return to a future where everyone they ever knew had become history. This phenomenon is known as time dilation, and it may be the closest thing humanity has to a real time machine. But speed is only the beginning. The universe hides even stranger secrets. Far beyond our solar system exist objects so powerful that they bend reality itself. Black holes are regions where gravity becomes so intense that even light cannot escape. Near one of these cosmic giants, time slows dramatically. To someone watching from far away, a traveller approaching a black hole would appear to move slower and slower until they almost freeze in time. Yet for the traveller, only a short moment would pass. If they somehow survive the incredible gravity, they could emerge into a distant future unlike anything humanity has ever imagined. Then comes an even more mysterious idea: wormholes, theoretical tunnels connecting distant points across space and time. Imagine folding a piece of paper so that two distant points suddenly touch. Instead of crossing the entire page, you simply step through the fold. Some physicists believe wormholes could work in a similar way, creating shortcuts through the universe. If one could ever be stabilized, it might become the first true gateway through time. No one has ever found one, but mathematics refuses to rule them out completely. Every new discovery forces scientists to ask the same impossible question: are we discovering science or remembering knowledge that the universe has been hiding all along? What if humanity finally succeeds? Imagine a team of scientists secretly building the first machine capable of bending space and time. Years of impossible research lead to one final experiment. The countdown begins. The room falls silent. Blue energy surrounds the machine as electricity tears through the air. Then in a single flash, the traveller disappears. For the scientists watching, only a few seconds pass, but for the person inside the machine, an entirely different reality begins to unfold. When the machine finally reappears, the traveller is no longer standing in the present. Towering cities stretch into the clouds. Flying vehicles move silently through the sky. Artificial intelligence has become part of everyday life. Diseases that once terrified humanity no longer exist, and people have built civilizations far beyond Earth. Humanity has expanded across the stars, but something feels wrong. A museum in this distant future displays ancient objects from the 21st century. Old smartphones, laptops, and ordinary cars sit behind glass like priceless treasures from a forgotten civilization. As the traveller walks deeper into the museum, one final exhibit stops them completely. Behind the glass is a photograph of the traveller standing beside the first successful time machine. Below the image are the words, "the first human to cross time." The traveller stares in disbelief. Somehow, history already knew this moment would happen. Before they can understand the mystery, a holographic artificial intelligence appears and begins explaining the truth. Humanity did master time travel, but every journey left invisible damage behind. Each trip through time weakened the structure of reality itself. Tiny fractures spread across space and time like cracks forming inside glass. At first, no one noticed them, but century after century, every experiment made them larger. Humanity achieved the impossible, yet unknowingly placed the entire universe in danger. Suddenly, Suddenly, alarms echo across the futuristic city. The lights begin to flicker. Giant holograms fail without warning. People stop and look toward the sky. Above the planet, darkness begins spreading across the stars. Space itself appears to tear apart. A massive cosmic anomaly slowly opens above Earth, bending light and swallowing everything around it. Scientists race toward emergency control centers, desperately searching for a solution. The traveller watches as the impossible unfolds before their eyes. The future they dreamed of is collapsing. Then another classified recording reveals the most shocking truth of all. The first successful time traveller was never supposed to exist. The moment someone crossed the boundaries of time, history itself changed forever. Every decision created new timelines. Every journey left behind another scar. The machine that promised humanity unlimited knowledge had become the greatest threat to reality itself. The traveller realises there's only one chance left to return to the past before the first experiment ever happens. Stop the machine before history reaches the point of no return. With the universe collapsing around them, they run toward the glowing portal. One final time, as buildings crumble, stars disappear, and reality itself begins breaking apart. The portal opens one last time. Blue light floods the sky as the traveller steps forward without hesitation. Behind them, an entire civilization begins to disappear. Towering cities collapse into particles of light. Space stations fall from orbit. The stars themselves slowly fade into darkness. Every second feels like the end of a reality. With one final leap, the traveller enters the portal. Time no longer moves forward or backward. Every moment in history exists at once. Ancient civilizations, modern cities, distant futures, and forgotten worlds surround them in an endless ocean of time. Billions of voices echo through the darkness before complete silence takes over. Then everything stops. The traveller opens their eyes and finds themselves back in the present. The laboratory is exactly as they remember it. The scientists are preparing for the experiment, completely unaware of what is about to happen. The machine has not been activated yet. This is the moment that started everything. One simple decision will determine the future of humanity. The traveller walks toward the control panel and slowly reaches for the shutdown switch. Every instinct says the machine must be destroyed, but another thought refuses to disappear. What if time always wanted this to happen? What if every attempt to stop the future only creates the future in the first place? The room becomes completely silent. The countdown reaches its final seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. The traveller presses the button. The machine powers down. Nothing happens. The universe remains perfectly still. For a brief moment, it seems the nightmare is finally over. But as the traveller walks outside, something impossible catches their attention. High above the city, a tiny glowing crack appears in the blue sky. It is almost invisible. No one else notices it. People continue living their ordinary lives as if nothing has changed. The traveller stares at the crack in complete silence, knowing exactly what it means. Some events cannot be erased. Some discoveries cannot be forgotten, and some futures are already waiting for us. Perhaps time travel is impossible, or perhaps someone has already travelled through time and made sure history unfolded exactly the way it always had. The greatest mystery is not whether we can build a time machine. The greatest mystery is whether one has already been built somewhere, sometime, by someone who understood that the most dangerous force in the universe is not gravity, energy, or even time itself. It is human curiosity. If you had one chance to travel through time, where would you go? The distant future or the forgotten past? Tell us your answer in the comments below. If you enjoy exploring the greatest mysteries of science, space, and the unknown, subscribe to 0 Hour, because the next mystery might completely change the way you see reality.